Okay, so this is for my Bible study channel, covering Romans chapter 3 to 4, but also I'm not going to be covering the whole of 4, I'm covering part of 3 and part of 4, just because it's a lot of meat. And so I will continue with chapter 4 and 5 next week. Okay, so my name is Rosalina Michael and I do Bible study and Psycho at Work channels, and I'll be test driving a podcast soon, coming up soon. Alright, so first I'm going to be reading Romans chapter 3, starting from verse 21. So if you're wanting to follow in from where I'm reading from chapter 3, verse 21. Righteousness through faith. But now a righteousness from God apart from law has been made known, to which the law and the prophets testify. This righteousness from God comes through faith in Jesus Christ to all who believe. No difference, for all sinners and fall short of the glory of God, and are justified freely by his grace through the redemption that came by Jesus Christ. God presented him as a sacrifice of atonement through faith in his blood. He did this to demonstrate his justice, because in his forbearance he had left the sins committed beforehand unpunished. He did it to demonstrate his justice at the present time, so as to be just and the one who justifies those who have faith in Jesus. Where there is boasting, it is excluded. On what principle? On that of observing the law? No, but on that of faith. For we maintain that a man is justified by faith apart from observing the law. Is God the God of Jews only? Is he not the God of Gentiles too? Yes, of Gentiles too, since there is only one God, who will justify the circumcised by faith and the uncircumcised through that same faith. Do we then nullify the law by this faith? No, rather we uphold the law. Chapter 4, Abraham justified by faith. What then shall we say that Abraham, our forefather, discovered in this matter? If in fact Abraham was justified by works, he had something to boast about, but not before God. What does the scripture say? Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness. Now when a man works, his wages are not credited to him as a gift, but as an obligation. However, to the man who does not work, but trusts God, who justifies the wicked, his faith is credited as righteousness. David says the same thing when he speaks of the blessedness of the man to whom God credits righteousness apart from works. Blessed are they whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. Blessed is the man whose sin the Lord will never count against him. Is this blessedness only for the circumcised, or also for the uncircumcised? We have been saying that Abraham's faith was credited to him as righteousness. Under what circumstances was it credited? Was it before or after he was circumcised? It was not after, but before he was circumcised. And he received the sign of circumcision, a seal of the righteousness that he had by faith while he was still uncircumcised. So then he is the father of all who believe and have not been circumcised, in order that righteousness might be credited to them, and he is also the faith of the circumcised, who not only are circumcised, but who also walk in the footsteps of the faith that our father Abraham had before he was circumcised. Okay.